It's been a nice little minute. We haven't seen y'all in a minute. Y'all ain't seen us in a minute because they've been having us on lockdown, as you see on Cat 5's screen. But again, we're going to come to you live, the dish. Myself, Championship Trav on here. I got Jorge, Guru. Got Todd through. And again, Cat 5. Hey, Tyrell. Or Todd through. Or basically the Dodgers ain't. Talk to us, man. Let us know what's going on, man.
Watch it. We're a family program here at the Scene. The Scene loves the kids. Don't be steering the kids the wrong way. And get Buzz McAllister off your background, Mr. Championship Trav. But I can't take credit for that one. I know the category, that's all you, but category is my brother from another, and he shares his funny memes and his observations. So thank you, category, for that one.
You mean like what's behind me right now?
Boom! There it is. But like Championship Trav said, I'm a little bummed. We locked out and locked up right now, waiting to see if we'll get a season. So hopefully, these talks happen. But man, some big news today, very big news. And before we get into it, I'm gonna pass the mic over to Category to let him speak, to the people. What's going on, Category?
You can't bring that up and then pass me the mic and expect me to keep it short, man. It's good to be here. I got a lot to say tonight. Not very happy with the Baseball Writers Association of America. But we will get into that later.
Love the background, by the way, again.
Wait, nope, I'm not good at this here. That's my favorite part.
So we're gonna hit on the topic that's very near and dear to our heart, the Hall of Fame voting here shortly, because of what's been going on for years now, and who has not gotten in, and who just got in, and why he got in. Anyway, you see the shirt I'm wearing that says "Nope, not today," meaning we're going to talk about this today. We're not going to lay on our backs, and we're going to take this because this is something that needs to be said. This is something that needs to be talked about. This is something that we need to get off our chest, and we've said it on previous shows. Why the hell do writers have any voting to say as who gets into the Hall of Fame? Why? I have no idea. Nobody has any idea. The players should have say, the players that have played this game, the players that put their heart and soul into this game, not a damn writer that writes about it or has an agenda with a certain player. So
it should be strictly players, former players, coaches, managers, and front office executives. Period. Nobody else.
Why are somebody that writes about the game voting who gets into the Hall of Fame of the game they're writing about and not even playing?
Right. Stop giving votes to guys that covered one team their entire career. Like let's talk about that, because that's about as biased as a ballot can get. You got somebody that's been covering the Dodgers, say, for 45 years. That dude ain't voting Barry Bonds in. You shitting me? Like, come on.
The other thing is, let's Ty, you want to add a little bit to that before I go on and on my little bit of rant?
Shout out to Grammy nominated. I don't know if she won a Grammy, but I'm gonna shout out Jasmine Sullivan. She had a smash hit with her last album called Pick Up Your Feelings. And that's what these writers have to do, is get over yourself, get over any bad interaction, get out of your feelings and this whole they messed up the sport or messed up the game or tarnished something. Get out of your feelings and just appreciate the authentic greatness in front of your eyes, which apparently, unfortunately, the writers can't do, won't do. And they're going to hold on to either traditional values and, nostalgia They're not gonna let attitudes go or a bad interview go, or kind of notions and narratives. Get rid of it. Just focus on the truth. And unfortunately, this is where we're at.
Can I ask you a question? What's the point? What's the purpose of the Hall of Fame? Is to recognize the greatest players of each era, right?
Yes.
So if everybody in the baseball world is already calling this the PED era, then why the hell can't the PED guys get in the Hall of Fame?
Facts. And not only that, let's flip the coin a little bit. Oh, they're quick to say, oh, this was the era where the most runs were hit. This is the era where the most people were drawn to the game because of the home runs. This is the era to where, oh, people watch the TV to see a home run. Okay, you want all the ratings, you want all the home runs, but yeah, you don't want to put the people in the Hall of Fame that brought the people to the game. So there's a double standard there. You can't have one side without having the other. And how are you not going to put one of the best players ever to do so before even 2003 when all this went down, Barry Bonds? How are you not going to put him in the Hall of Fame? He still has to hit the ball. It doesn't matter what he's doing. He has to take the stick to the ball. There's 90% of people in this world that could not do what he did. And I would say more than 90%. Sorry, I don't know the number, but come on.
Well, you know how many people have done what he did?
How many? Tell them.
0.
Yeah.
Yep.
And for, no, kudos to Big Papi. I like the guy. I like his charisma, his attitude, the way he played the game, how he brought everybody together on this
That's
team.
all that it really is. That's all that it really is. How likable and charismatic he was.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He deserves to get into the Hall of Fame along with Barry Bonds, along with Roger Clemens, along with Billy Wagner, all these other guys that didn't make it. But
as trash a human being as he is, Kurt Schilling too.
Yes, Kurt Schilling too. But for Big Papi to make it in this first ballot ever over these other guys is a fucking shame. Excuse my language, but it's a shame. And the writers should be ashamed of themselves. One, because like Storms just said, there's Steroids Era, and everybody knows about that era. Just let the damn people in already, man. You can't have baseball talk without those people that were in that era. You can't just block it out.
So before you go into that Cat 5, I got one name that y'all didn't name. That people that should have went in. Y'all named Clemens, y'all named Schilling.
Gary Sheffield.
Yep.
Besides that one, I knew that was coming because he deserved it. But Sammy Sosa.
Final year. Sammy Sosa, that was his final year.
Yeah, I think he should be in. And here's my thing. I have a proposal for this. Everybody's got their own thing that they think could be a solution for this. Here's mine. Add a PED wing to the Hall of Fame and let people feel however they want about the people in it. Everybody's happy.
Compromise. I like the compromise. And on to that, let's since we're talking about the PED era and how big it was, we got Big Papi. Let's address the big elephant in the room. Let's go there. Let's open it up. Do we remember that conference in 2009 where Big Papi was like, yeah, he denied that he ever did steroids, but there was a positive test, and his answer, his defense, if I recall correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, was that it could have been supplements. When you ask an athlete, well, what kind of supplements are you taking? And they don't know. What does that mean?
So I did some digging about that like 3 or 4 weeks ago. what it was is it was a test that was supposed to be anonymous that got the results got leaked. No one was ever supposed to know that was his sample.
Courtesy of the New York Times.
And he never failed a test again. He got tested like 12 different times after that and never failed another one.
Crazy.
This man said the New York Times. How strange. We know what that was all about. We know what that was all about.
And so here's another thing. If there is one, because this is something I was going to bring up anyway. If there is one player that I feel like, and I would put him in anyway, but I feel like there is a very legitimate on almost every level argument to keep him out of the Hall of Fame. I love the guy. I want him in, but it's Manny Ramirez. Because that guy failed tests after he knew they were coming.
And he's one of the best hitters of all time. Before Miguel Cabrera, there was Manny Ramirez. We have one in every era to where it's just like he's an incredible hitter. Before Manny Ramirez, there was Tony Gwynn, and the list goes on and on. And Manny Ramirez falls in that list. And he deserves to be in. And you know what category where you said about having, let's say, a PED wing, a west wing, a north wing, south wing, whatever, strong wing, wind, whatever you want to say it, in the Hall of Fame, they should have one because these people deserve to get in. They've made it to the show. They put up the numbers in the area that we all know existed. It's time to put them in. These
Not to
writers
mention,
gotta stop voting.
Yeah, not to mention Guru. Manny, career 300 guy. He met the criteria.
Yeah.
Big Papi, not career 300. He's 286, just so you know. Not that I'm slighting Big Papi. Love him,
but Big Papi is also the greatest designated hitter of all time.
Yes.
I mean, so that counts for something because I mean that's a position basically.
Consistency, longevity too. Big Papi deserves it. Don't get me wrong, he deserves this as far as to be in the Hall. First ballot, I don't know. That could be debatable. But when you think of players who were consistently great for 20 years and probably had 15, 16 of those seasons, great seasons, then yeah, I'll give it to him.
So
I mean, you got Cooperstown. They got all the whole rooms are artifacts. They got bloody socks. They got broken bats. They got dingy jerseys. They got all that stuff.
To that point, what you're talking about, Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire, neither one of them have any artifacts or anything there. They need the Hall of Fame. If they're not going to let these guys in, they need to recognize that home run race because that revitalized baseball in America.
Saved baseball, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, that completely changed the game. If that didn't happen, I don't even want to know where baseball would be right now, because you people think baseball is hurting now and falling behind the NFL and the NBA. It might be same as the NHL.
Yep.
Right. You are exactly right. You're right. I mean, that's the nail on the head. Because not too many people were watching baseball until they start hitting the ball and that race started getting intense. It got to tied at 44 and 45. And then Sammy went on a run and then Mark took over.
At the very least, my bad, Trev. I thought you were finished.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, at the very least, they should have the bats that they each hit number 62 with side by side somewhere in the hall.
Mm-hmm.
And they should track down and try and get the number 70 ball.
They need to do something, and having the writers vote isn't going to happen. I mean, isn't not going to happen. Excuse me, isn't working. And unfortunately, the only way Roger Clemens, Kurt Schilling, and Sammy Sosa are going to get in, because this was their final year of eligibility, is if the players committee gets them in. You know, that more than likely is going to happen, but it shouldn't come down to that. You know, these players were and are a huge part of baseball, a huge part of a huge era in baseball that revitalized baseball. So,
You know,
come on.
oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say an interesting thing about Schilling. He kind of sabotaged. I think he would have gotten in probably this year or been real close. He had 72% of the vote last year. And then he came out and said, I don't even want to be on the ballot. You know, screw the writers. I want to wait for the Veterans Committee.
And they dropped them down to 58.6% this year.
Yep.
You know what?
And I think they did the right thing, refusing his request to be taken off of the ballot.
Oh yeah.
But I think I'm probably 90% sure he would have been voted in this year if he didn't do that.
Bottom line, you cannot have average Joes dictating what pros should be in the Hall of Fame.
And this is no shot or David Ortiz, no shot at Big Papi. He deserves it. He's a hell of a player. Love him as a player. Best DH hitter ever, you know, and he deserves every accolade he's gotten and the way he's played and kind of teammate he was. But in the same sentence and on the same breath, there's no way him, as far as the player he was and all that, should get in first ballot over these other players. There's no way. No, that should have never happened. He should be in the Hall of Fame, but not first ballot and over the people we said that are Hall of Famers, you know, in any generation, any era, and especially in their era. Hey guys, thank you for watching. If you guys like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button at the bottom of your screen. Also on the screen, you see our social medias. Please go ahead and follow us on every single one of those. Thank you guys. Keep the scene on your screen.